Hey Techno Studs, this is going to be a little bit of a bonus video. I don't know that you'll actually be tested on anything like this in the CCNA exam, but it is information that can be helpful when it comes to administering your networks, especially when it comes to hacking. A hacker would leverage some sort of piece of equipment to start gaining access to other pieces of equipment. It creates a hot point to access the rest of the network. And that's what we're going to do. Right now, we don't have OSPF up and running on all of our devices. So I can't just hop from my management network and have access to all of the equipment. However, between the devices, we already have some sort of connectivity. So I'm going to hop from device to device, program each one of these devices, and I want to show you that process and what that looks like. This is my network right here. I have this layer 3 switch and I have 3 routers that are right here. In our last module, we set up the connectivity between these routers. So if I could console into any of these routers, I could ping the other side. I could ping this interface. But because this layer 3 device right here, this layer 3 switch, doesn't know of any of these other networks, I am not going to be able to connect to any of those networks. In fact, even here, if I were to try to access this router 1 from my demo laptop, what would happen is it would make a connectivity. It would send, like, let's say I'm pinging, it would send a ping all the way up to this router. However, this router is not aware of any of these VLANs down here. So this router wouldn't know how to get back to my computer. So I can't make a connectivity directly back to this computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to SSH into this switch right here, and then on this switch I'll SSH into this router, and then from this router I'll SSH into this router, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. The first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to SSH into this switch. Well, I've already got this. That's what this window is up right here. I'm SSH'd into headquarters switch 1. So I've got that first step done. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to SSH from this switch to this router. Now, I need to know what the IP address is of this router. So I have my IP cheat sheet over here on the right-hand side. And this is HQSW1. This is the R1. So I'm going to go to 10.240.0.2. Now this router also has a 1040.2.1. That's this other side, but I can't SSH into that from this switch because this switch is not aware of this network right here. And so what I'm going to do, in fact, I could actually test this out. I can do a ping, and I'm going to 10.240.2.1. I'll hit enter, and we'll see that this is going to time out and is not working. So there's that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ping 0.2, and we can see that we do have connectivity to 1040.0.2. So I can SSH into that. So I'm going to do SSH, and then we do a -L, and that's going to be so I can enter in my username, so -L, and then my username, which is Andrew, and then I'm going to do 10.240.0.2, so I can SSH into that, and then hit enter. It's asking for a password, so I'll copy my password here, paste it into here, and now I'm on router 1. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop from R1 to R2. So I'll pull up my diagram here. Same thing. I can go from R1 to R2, but I have to go to this interface right here, this IP address, because this router is aware of this network. It's just not aware of this network right here. So I'm going to SSH into 10.240.2.1. Well, actually, it looks like it's dot. Oh yes, it's .1. So .1, and then I do need to put in here -L Andrew, and then I'm making the jump to there. It is the same password here, so I'm gonna paste that into there, and now I'm on R2. And then I could do the same thing to R3. So SSH-L, and then the 10.240.3.2 would be for router 3. And I do need to get my name in there, hit enter. I'll copy this password, paste. So there you have it. So now I'm on router 3. So although I don't have direct connectivity from my demo laptop, I've been able to leverage each one of these links to get to the next network. So that is SSH hopping. That's, once again, something a hacker would do to break into your network, is leverage different openings in your network, or different protocols, or be able to leverage one piece of equipment to get into the next piece of equipment. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind from a security perspective, but it's certainly helpful that we're doing this right now when it comes to being able to access and remotely manage our network as well. And last thing that I need to do is I need to peel back these layers as well. So to get out of these, I'm going to hit exit, and I'll go back a layer, exit again, and then exit again. Now I'm back into my switch.